computer's so messy. Let's get this back. Let's see if you guys can hear me. I just gotta check something quick. Oh yeah. Oops. All right, what's going on, guys? I'm just getting to the office. It's like noon, and I think my laptop's dead. And plug this in quick. I hope I have my charger. I don't think I do. Oh, I do. Sweet. One second. All right. Now we have to give this 12 minutes to turn on. Here we go. So bright in here. Anyway, I'm kind of talking about. So you guys are like way close. There you go. So I ate like a granola bar and it's like all in my mouth. Anyways, today what I'm going to be talking about, I know it's already 3 minutes in, um, is kind of my 2024 goals. And what I mean by that is, I don't know, kind of revenue, but not really. I set more goals of like amount of clients I want, amount of say spring wake ups I want, stuff like that. And I don't really say I want to hit $1 million next year or something. With work, you'll get to where you want to be. So I think while I let this charge, I gotta bill out a bunch of people too. I don't know why this isn't turning on. Here it is. While I let this charge, I want to put down my 2024 lawn season goals. I am planning on having one guy next year. Um, One guy, possibly a guy and a part-time guy or girl. Joe, he's definitely gonna come back. I need a different pen. This pen sucks. Break out right off the plastic. A nice Griff pen. And I want Joe to really focus on landscape installs, but I want it to be simple installs. I want it to be not anything big. We just did kind of a bigger job where they added a bunch of stuff, like $3,000, $4,000 job, and I could just tell he's not. There's nothing against him. I like him a lot, but it's just not in his wheelhouse to have 55 things you need to do on this project to be done. He's very good at, hey, edgy needs to go along this bed, this bed, this bed, and it's the same thing, three spots, and just do it. Um, one second. He's very good at like simpler installs, which kind of sucks. I mean, it's kind of bad that I have to kind of cater that stuff to him, but it is what it is. He's really good at that stuff, and I'm gonna keep him. Um, we've already talked about wages next year, stuff like that. If everything goes to plan, you can't really talk too much about wages because you don't really know what the next season's gonna come. I did just talk to a client that we're gonna start setting up on a 12-month billing. I think I'm gonna switch everybody to that wants to be with me. Um, it's just easier cash flow wise. You get in these weird spots sometimes where I still get in the spots where payrolls do, and I'm scratching to get payroll to be honest. So just being 100% transparent with you guys. I do about like 250, no, 2 to 300 last year, and then I think this year I'll do about the same. I was solo both years. I've had Joe for maybe 2 months. He really helped and boosted it, but I did pay out a lot more. I bought a lot more stuff. Um, with growth, I don't know. You just spend a lot more money when you're growing, I think. And you have to kind of please people, and you have to buy these things that you I wouldn't necessarily buy if it was just me. I would just get it done by myself, but I want to grow. I want to have a company. I don't want to work for my company. Yeah. So you have to spend money, but you also have to be very smart with spending money. You can go out and buy. I wanted, and I'm still probably going to get an ATV with a plow because I have a lot of walks. And I found a couple, and I've not pulled the trigger on any of them because I don't know. It's just the going into winter is always nerve wracking, kind of for me. Um, I haven't got. I've these past 4 years, I've just grown and grown and grown and spent and spent and spent and spent. With this next year, I kind of want to even out. I want to even out and not spend so much. Um, and kind of get my profit back up because I get good margins on everything. But then, like when I get a guy, hey, we need this, we need this, we really don't need it, but I don't want them to be using stuff that they either hate or they just don't want to use. I mean, I want to cater to them in a way, also in a way. Why is my brightness so low? But also in a way, I got to protect the back end of the company and not. spend stuff, and I've had conversations with him, and he kind of is getting a little too comfortable. Like I said, I've worked with him before at a different company for we both worked for a guy, and that guy was kind of not into it and didn't really care about what other people wanted and needed, blah blah. Where I have catered to him a little bit more, so now he's getting kind of I don't know if you'd say like greedy or like too comfortable in a way. Like, hey, really need to fix this on this truck, and it's something really minor that I'm not gonna fix, and I just have to flat out tell him I'm not gonna fix it. But stuff like that. So anyway, enough about like that. I'm gonna put a dip in. My 2024 goals for this next year. I want to have, and these kind of sound, some of these will sound weird to you, but I'll explain as I go. I only want to book out jobs for 5 days, Monday through Friday. I don't want to be booking jobs on Saturday, Sunday. I want Saturday. I never want to work on Sunday next year. Any of us to work on Sunday. But Saturday I want to be our float day. It's going to rain. We're gonna get behind some way. Things are gonna break. So if we have nothing ever on Saturdays, that can be our makeup day. I feel like because now, like this year, I was mowing Sunday to Sunday every day. I was mowing something. I don't want to do that anymore. It's not really worth it. And I need to delegate and hire out because I can't be in the field all day next year. Just this little bit. I had another part-time guy too. With two guys on sites, I got to sell so much more. I've kept us busy. If it was just me out there, I would have turned down the work. I wouldn't even have answered people. So it really did help in that way. Um, I was just making sure this was still on. Also, I think I want to have about 10 to 12 yards a day because I still plan on mowing, and that would be like 50 to 60 yards, which is very, very doable. We had a lot more this year, but the thing I'm thinking is I know I'm going to lose people this next year because my prices are going up. I'm not doing the $35 cut anymore for a bi-weekly. It's not worth it. I don't want to do it. So if I have 60, so I know I can get 60. I can have 60 today if I wanted to. 60, where's my calculator? I want them all to be at a premium price, to be honest. So, say my minimum is 50 next year, $50 a cut. That's my minimum. That's if all these guys are a minimum. We didn't get any mail. That'd be 3,000 a week in mowing for 60 yards. That would be so 60 divided by 5 be 12 yards a day. 12 yards route density wise is not hard to do. I'm also shrinking my territory. There's a couple cities that I go to that are pretty far that only have like five, six, seven in. And I've always been on the fence. Yeah, if you can build your density up over if it's 8 miles away, but you can build your density up over there, I think it's still worth it. Um, but it is hard to build density that's relatively far from your shop. Where I'm at, I can build density. People know me around here. Um, it's good. So I just want to stay over here. I want to landscape over here. I'll landscape everywhere else. I'll spray everywhere else, but mowing wise, I don't want the mowers to go much farther than what we have. So 12 yards a day at $50. That would be my phone would stop locking all the time. 600 a day. Seeing that's low. It's where it'd be nice to have two routes running. Get 120 yards and double that. So you'd make 6,000 a week, 1,200 a day. And still not be making guys go crazy. I mean, that's a very low average. I have some that I know I'll get back that are 150, $200. So that 3,000 a week is probably more around like 4,000. But just to be very conservative. But the only thing is say we even get 90 yards. I feel like that'd be a sweet spot. So we were at like around 100 this year, but a lot of them were bi-weekly, and then some of them were really low and blah, blah, blah. But 90 yards at a premium minimum, 90 yards, 90 yards at a premium would be at a very low $4,500 a week. Split that between two trucks, like 40 to 45 a piece, and you're mowing like 4 days per truck, and then jump on a landscape thing for a day or two with the landscape guy. So that's just mowing. It'd be 18 a month. I'm gonna get bigger into spraying next year. Thing with spraying is you need volume, a lot of volume to even keep somebody busy doing it, and then make decent money. There's only 5 to 7 treatments a year, but I do want to get bigger into spraying. And the biggest thing I want to do next year is work on work on my budget. I've never been a numbers guy. This is probably the biggest thing that makes me not feel like a legit company, I guess, is we can do the work, we can do everything on the front end as far as the work, communicate, all that stuff, but the back end numbers are where I struggle with, and I think a lot of it is to do with me being in the field 7 days a week, 10 hours, 12 hours a day, running, grabbing stuff for guys, doing this for guys, doing that. I just can't do that anymore. I need to have a dedicated. I think if it's not Saturday and I get another guy that mows and knows how to do it good, he can take over a little bit more than half of the route, pay him whatever, and I do a couple days of mowing because I still want to be out doing stuff. I need one day to estimate and send out bids. I want one day to kind of quality control things. Somebody walking by. Quality control and just general office work. So whether that general office work is uh, following up with people, um, going around and kind of seeing progress. We are gonna do next year monthly lawn analysis. So it's kind of one of the reasons I want to mow, and I don't really want to flop routes, but we might end up flopping routes like once a month because once a month, probably around the 15th, so I have time. We're gonna email them, every customer, a kind of a checklist. Hey, I don't know, your daylilies are looking bad. You need to thin those. Your shrubs are getting overgrown. You really need to, there's some lawn repairs you need. You need some compost seed, stuff like that. So we are going to email them once a month kind of and call it a lawn analysis and kind of list out all these works. And I can do that. Joe can do that. What I'm going to do is kind of give Joe a booklet on every yard that he goes to, especially landscape stuff when he's there. And the first thing I want him to do is walk the property and write down, besides the project we're doing, what all needs done. And while we're there, I'm going to email them and say, hey, we did a quick analysis. It's free. And these 6 things need addressed. Not saying it's nothing to do with this project. I don't want anybody to misunderstand that. But these 6 things need done, and we can do these. And let us know. It'll be good because if we're already there and they say, hey, you know what, go ahead and trim those shrubs, we'll give them a price and we'll do it while we're there. So I'm really going to focus on upselling and optimizing the full potential value of a customer. We really don't do many sod jobs and many mulch jobs, which are two pretty easy upsells. And instead of sod, we do a lot of lawn repairs, is what we call it. If you have any patchy, bald spots, any grass that looks kind of iffy, we can go in there and fix all that. But sometimes we do put in sod if it's easier. But we are going to do that. And I'm sure at points it will get annoying for some. And I'm not going to hold back off of anybody. Like, if there's a person that say, hey, I know they don't want to spend the money, well, we're still going to give them that analysis. And if for some reason someday they do want to do this, they will know, hey, these guys pointed out, we want them to do it, so on and so forth. So it will keep it'll keep a lot of work for the landscape division going, I think. You can call it lawn analysis. You can call it, once they do it, like a lawn enhancement, or a landscape enhancement, stuff such as that. And when we when we go to do these and send these out, I think what it'll do is, because I've been on landscape jobs. Almost every landscape job I get to step on, if I'm not busy mowing, I pretty much upsell at least one thing everywhere. So the job we just did was supposed to just be wooden edging around the garage. While I upsold her on fixing her brick edging on a flower bed, putting more tiers on the wooden edging, which was an upsell, building a retaining wall, and digging in downspouts. Those are all upsells that if I wasn't there, they wouldn't have sold that, and it doubled the whole service. So obviously, it was more work, but that's what we need. Because if a customer doesn't know what they don't know, and they don't know what they need unless someone like myself or Joe, a professional, which that sounds really arrogant, but I get called a professional by every client, which is kind of crazy to think about. I never thought of myself being that. And they really do value pretty much anything I say. So I never tried to, I've talked people out of doing stuff like, hey, I know this would be kind of what you want to do and so on and so forth, but I really think you're kind of wasting your money on this. Other than that, I'd go with this maybe a little cheaper route, but I'm not making as much money off that service now. But they do appreciate it and they don't want to be told just bullshit to their face all day and just try people trying to suck money out of them. So I think that's good. Um, I do think that, um, sorry, I'm trying to set up lunch plans. What I was saying is, I do think that when you're honest and upfront, and people respect it, and they will look at you differently than just some guy who's trying to come in and sell them the world. Now I gotta log into Copilot. I use Copilot as a CRM. It is not bad. It's not bad at all, but it is pilot. It's taken me some time to get used to, and it also is a lot of information that you have to go through and really look at. So my service areas right now, my service area on this says it's 9 miles, a 9 mile radius. I'd kind of like to get that down a little bit. My average project size is $152. It even gives a percent of, or I guess not a percent, just a money amount of each service. So like mowing for the year, which the only thing I don't really like is I started this like really late, so I have kind of crappy numbers right now. Um, the time to close a job is 2.63 days. Well, I get that's accurate, but like sometimes I honestly I forgot to put things in here. So it's not crazy accurate, but once we get it down, it will be. Average value per project client, 116 bucks. It can even tell you with your budgeted hours how booked you are out for. So, number of budget employees, just your number of regular employees, your close ratio, your how much you're making an hour based on your budget hours. But some of them I didn't put budget hours in, so it It does not it doesn't do the best job on that. So what are these? So really I've got to just send out a bunch of estimates, or I mean invoices. And some of these I need to charge. So I will go ahead and charge this client. And some of them don't. I don't know. It's really cool all the features they have on here, but some of it does not make sense. Some of it's overcomplicated, like the invoicing. If you do it, if you do it and then you don't, I wish you could click on some, like if you went to a customer. This is kind of what I thought it would be. And say you went to, let me see one. Here's one. So it doesn't really line up all the estimates, and I don't know what's paid and what's not, which is really annoying. And then I don't want to, if somebody pays with a check. Oh God, sorry guys. God damn it. My phone's about to die, so I'm gonna have to let you guys go here soon. Mm, my hair's looking rough. Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. I gotta figure this stuff out, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.